What's up guys, my name's Diachronic, your host here on this Destiny video, and today we're going to be counting down the top 5 vendor weapons in Crucible. This top 5 was brought to you by the community as well as a lot of professionals. I have scoured the internet from article to article, from video to video, finding the best vendor weapons as well as asking you guys on a straw poll on Twitter what you guys think is the best weapon in Crucible. If you guys want to contribute to the next top 5, telling me which top 5 you'd like me to do, or just vote for which weapons or whatever that is the best in the game, let me know over at Twitter. You can find that in the description down below. I'd also like to preface this by saying the gameplay that I got was a lot better than the hand cannon gameplay than I got last time, that I kind of opted out to start using as a pull rifle because I was really bad at Crucible that day, and I've done a lot better in these videos, but I'm still not that good at PvP. So if you guys see a lot of bad gameplay, I apologize. I'm just kind of a doof like that. But anyways, if you guys do end up enjoying this video, make sure you leave a like down below. It really helps the channel out and it really means a lot to me. Of course, subscribe for more top 5s in the future. Without further ado, let's get right into the top 5. Coming in at number 5 in the top 5 vendor weapons in Crucible is the last ditch 001 Dead Orbit shotgun. That was quite a mouthful and took me 7 tries to even say that correctly. So yeah, I'm gonna call myself out on that one. This is one of those shotguns you probably have been killed by in the Crucible, and you probably thought, how is this weapon have such good range? Is it like a Matador? Is it like a Party Crasher? Is it like the Felwinter's Lie in Crucible? Do you get angry whenever you get killed by this weapon? Because I definitely do, and this is one of those weapons that are just like all those weapons I just mentioned. This is one of those Party Crasher or Matador type shotguns with good range and good impact, low fire rate. If you guys love any of those types, make sure you go ahead and check out this weapon, especially the fact that it has Rangefinder as its last perk there, so you can actually get a lot more range out of it, as well as some of the other perks increase the range and impact, which is really, really nice. Coming in at number 4 in the top 5 vendor weapons in Crucible is the Angel's Advocate Scout Rifle. You guys can find this from the Vanguard vendor, and it is one of my favorite weapons, if not my favorite weapon in this entire countdown. It is just a beautiful weapon. It is great to use. It is one of those weapons that's just like Mida multi-tool, you know, the high fire rate and decent impact scout rifles, has good clip size, and has really good perks on it. Some of the perks on this weapon are actually really, really good coming out of the vendor stall. You can actually get the Outlaw perk, which increases the reload after precision kill, which is most of the time you kill an enemy is going to be a precision kill. Couple that with the reactive reload at the end of it, you can actually get increased damage after getting precision kill. You can actually get ridiculous damage, 3-shot enemies. And then finally, you should probably increase the range and stability of this weapon, although it doesn't really need the range and stability upgrade. You might as well do that over explosive rounds. If you do have PvP playing though, you probably want to go with explosive rounds because it is a lot more fun to explode the enemies. Overall, this weapon is just very easy to use. It doesn't have a lot of stability issues. You can use it at close range. You can use it at medium range. You can actually fight off the hand cannon users that are just destroying your life with headshots and actually fight them back pretty well. I've actually had a lot of moments where I almost outgunned a lot of LMG users with this weapon, so I would definitely recommend you take a look at this weapon. This is, again, one of my favorite weapons from the vendors. And lastly, I would like to talk about the Keystone 1, which is the scout rifle from Dead Orbit. Is more of a high impact, lower stability archetype. A lot of people are talking about this weapon. I find this weapon a little bit more difficult to use. So if you guys want a more high impact, lower stability kind of scout rifle, you should go check out the Keystone 01 from the Dead Orbit. Coming in at number 3 in the top 5 vendor weapons in Crucible is the Event Horizon sniper rifle. You can find this at the Crucible vendor. This weapon is actually been talked about a lot, and a lot of you guys really love it for the fact that it has 3 things that you love about sniper rifles. Firstly, being the highest damage archetype like the Black Spindle, so you get those one shots on the low armor enemies, as well as just being able to just wreck everyone's health and then finish them off with another weapon. Second, it has short gaze built into the vendor one, so you can get those close range sights on the enemy. And finally, it has hidden hand on it. Like, what else could you want from a sniper rifle other than final round, which I hear has been quite a mystery on the sniper rifles these days, but if this weapon had the final round, this gun would not be fair. Finally, one of the other perks it has is the spray and play, so it reloads faster than normal when you have an empty clip. This is really good because the clip size is actually 3 rather than the standard 4, so you're going to be reloading a lot more often, but when it's empty, you reload faster, and it's actually better. Coming in at number 2 in the top 5 vendor weapons in Crucible is the Waltz. If you guys have never heard of this weapon, you probably have heard of the Hawk Saw, or the Grasp of Malik or one of the previous years' high fire rate, low impact pulse rifles that kind of been dominating the Crucible lately. Another weapon that it's very similar to is the Party Favor, which is from another vendor, but I personally like this weapon better because of the fact that it has more bullets in a clip. You don't have to reload as often, as well as the fact that I even use the perk to increase the amount of bullets in my actual clip size. I did not actually buy it from the vendor. I had it dropped from a package. That's why my perk slots have actually been different from yours. But I would recommend getting the perfect balance as well as the oversized rounds, which will really help you out, as well as finally the rangefinder perk would really help you out in this weapon. It makes it so you can actually battle scout rifles at long range. I would definitely recommend all these things together because it makes this weapon some sort of laser, as well as the fact that it's high fire rate. You can use it in some sort of close range, and it's just overall a great weapon. And if you guys have never seen the Future Roll Call gear and all the weapons over there, I would definitely recommend you check it out because there's a lot of really good weapons there, like the Waiting, the Wormwood, a lot of great things. I hear Future Roll Call got stacked when it comes to vendor weapons. And finally, we have the #1 weapon in Vendor Crucible. This weapon needs to get out of my life. I found it on my top 5 PvP weapons in Crucible. I found it in my top 5 hand cannons in Crucible. And finally, it is in the top 5 vendor weapons in Crucible. This weapon cannot be stopped. This weapon can only be in Crucible. And this weapon can only destroy your lives as it sucks every amount of life out of you. This weapon is the Palindrome. You guys know it, you guys love it, and you guys want it, and you guys can all have it. This is the high impact, long range hand cannon, the archetype similar to the Hawk Moon as well as the IS Luna. You guys always want the range on these hand cannons, and here it is. This weapon comes equipped with rifled barrel, increasing the range, as well as rangefinder, making it increase range even more. You can compete with those mid-range engagements, and a lot of times the long-range engagements if you do have a really good aim. A lot of the times you can actually find yourself getting 2-shot headshots with this weapon, which is kind of ridiculous. If you find those guys with low armor or just a little bit of health missing from them, you can actually 2-shot headshot them, and it's kind of ridiculous. Even I, a person that's really bad with hand cannons, was able to kind of stomp with this weapon in my hand. Other than that, there's really not much more to say about it. It's got blue and orange colors. Not a lot of people are really into that, but it's kind of grown over me over time, just for the fact that it's kind of kooky, kind of crazy, and kind of destroying everyone's lives, and for the fact that everyone can get one. And finally, I would like to say that this weapon has an amazing clip size of 9. You do not need more bullets than this. There is probably an upgrade to increase the amount of bullets, but rifle barrel is actually so much more useful. You can get 3 kills, maybe even 4 kills without even having to reload. And if you get spray and play on the other perk slot, you can actually make it so you have more bullets really, really fast with reloads, or mulligan. If you miss, you can get more bullets in the magazine. This weapon is just stacked. This weapon is really just stacked, and it's an amazing weapon. If you guys like hand cannons, check it out. It's on 3 of my top 5s. No other weapon has done that. It's ridiculous. And that's pretty much it for the end of the top 5 vendor weapons in Crucible. Again, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you want to submit your top 5s in the future, make sure you use the hashtag DieChronic_Top5. Makes it a lot easier to find it. And of course, let me know what you guys think is your top 5 vendor weapons in Crucible, or just let me know which one is your favorite out of the group, or any of them that are all in the stalls. I would like to make an honorable mention some of the weapons that I have not mentioned in this video. The Party Favor Pulse Rifle, which I did actually mention earlier. The Waiting Fusion Rifle, which is really, really nice and has really good stability and range to it. And the Wormwood's sidearm, which is actually very nice, high fire rate sidearm that's actually really a lot of fun to use. As far as heavy weapons go, I would definitely recommend the Bone Crusher. It is one of those weird weapons that kind of eats people up, but again, I'm not really much of a heavy ammo kind of guy because I honestly never get it, so I wouldn't really know. Anyways, that's the video for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. My name's been DieChronic, and I will see you guys on the next one.